What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Angle Show Live. We are here 3 days in a row. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Unbelievable. How exciting is that?
Woo, 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 woo.
Shout out to everybody joining us today. Today, we are talking about WWE NXT New Year's Evil. My name is Ango. Today, I'm joined by Billy TKO. We are going to be breaking down the show, talking about all the good, the bad, the ugly, honestly, I'm excited because I feel like NXT was actually a great show, and we're obviously going to break it down, but let's see what's going on. I know, Billy, I just want to do a check because we are multi-streaming to your channel.
Yes, sir.
Can you just do me a favor and confirm whether or not it's live on your channel?
I am live, sir.
You are live. You can confirm you are live.
I can confirm.
Okay. Now, can our chat confirm that they can hear us and everything is working well? Because we are trying StreamYard again, and I just want to make sure everything is working. I just want to make sure everything's working good.
He said, I just want to make sure we're here and we're good and everybody can see us, hear us, make sure we're live.
Yeah, we were just on a little bit of a delay, but we were just trying to make sure the technology was working.
Looks like everybody can hear us.
All right, good. That's what I like to hear. Shout out to everybody joining us today. My name is Ango. This is Billy TKO. Billy, last night was NXT New Year's Evil. I have a lot to talk about.
Yep.
There's a lot of things. I'm definitely just like got to talk about. I feel like this was a very newsworthy show.
For sure.
A lot of good. There was some bad. There's some questions, but overall, you know, we saw Friday Night SmackDown last week. Now we saw Raw. Where are you kind of feeling? What are you feeling with NXT last night?
So I know some people feel maybe a tad bit different. I felt the show was done well. I really, just to kind of hint at some of the things that I enjoyed. I really liked the Blake Monroe situation and how they had her exit the building. I thought that was pretty good. I love Izzy Dame winning the NXT North American Championship. I think that's great for her and the character that she's building. It was only a matter of time until she got a championship. It was funny. Ango and I, we spoke about Izzy Dame a little bit yesterday. So it was just really funny. I wasn't expecting that, but they obviously did it. And then the other thing is obviously, I think the big thing that Ango and I are probably going to hit on here momentarily, and that is Oba Femi relinquishing the NXT Championship. I was a fan of it, but how it was done, felt it could have been done differently.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a controversial discussion. I think there's a lot that's going to be said about it. Quite frankly, I think this is this is where wrestling could be highly debated, right? Like Oba Femi vacating the belt, and was it the right way? Was it the wrong way? And I think some people were kind of shocked because I did put out a clip last night, and just overnight it's done over 20,000 views, and a lot of the comments are actually, "Hey, Ango, like I don't rock with this opinion. Like I'm kind of shocked." A lot of people seem to just really, really disagree with me, which is fair. I mean, I'm okay with that. I
people
think
are going to naturally disagree. It happens.
I just wasn't too much of a big fan of the way Oba Femi vacated the belt, and the argument that people have made is the fact that I think a lot of people have made the argument that Oba Femi is being protected, which I think is very valid and very fair. But we saw him lose to Ricky Saints not that long ago. So while I think that's a great achievement for Ricky Saints, sometimes I kind of just mess with the idea of like, well, why didn't you do it for Leon Slater? Which, by the way, if WWE wants AEW to fall and they want TNA to grow, it kind of would have been cool for Leon Slater to open up TNA on AMC next week with the WWE NXT Championship.
It definitely would have.
I would have loved the idea for Oba Femi to go on his way out on his back, and they didn't do that. And I think some people are definitely going to disagree. Some people are going to have their own opinions on that, but that's kind of where I felt like they made a mistake. I feel like it should have been Leon Slater winning, and that could have been a big W for TNA, but also a big W for WWE if they do sign Leon Slater at some point.
Yeah, no, I mean, here's the census of this is like, I actually hear you loud and clear, and in some cases I may even agree with you. Like, I think it sucks that Oba Femi goes out the way that he did, even though we have seen Oba Femi lose. Like, it wouldn't have been the first time, you know what I mean? And are you telling me that you just don't naturally believe in Leon Slater to be the one to defeat him, and it can only be a certain person? Or is it that you really don't want this guy to lose because he's going to the main roster, and you don't want people to necessarily remember the losses? Like, I don't know if maybe I'm getting a little out of context here, but the truth is that Oba Femi relinquishing the championship isn't necessarily the problem, and more of the problem is that the way that it's done, because again, we've seen him lose. Like, I guess that's my biggest problem and my biggest gripe is that it's happened. You know what I mean? And, you know, it could have been Leon Slater. It could have been Ricky Saints. It could have been, you know, whatever name that they wanted to position in that. Dude, you could have had him lose. Like, it just could have been done like that. But I guess now you have the opportunity to where he is going to go up as more of the quote unquote monster type. And we'll probably get some type of tournament for that NXT championship.
Yeah, I feel like that's it's an interesting thing, in all honesty. Sure. Like, I think, like, I just think when you look at WWE NXT and you look at Oba Femi losing before, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal to lose. Now, one thing that you did talk to me about a little bit off camera, which I definitely agree with you, is the idea or the premise of Oba Femi going to SmackDown and costing Drew McIntyre the 3 stages of hell. Yeah. Which I feel like I really, really, really want Drew McIntyre to win the WWE Championship.
We talked about it on Monday, yeah.
But I would be very happy for Oba Femi to go onto the main roster and to literally go after one of the top guys.
So my only problem with that, and like my only gripe that I see with that, is like, it's Oba Femi coming in, and obviously it's great for Oba Femi. I think we can both agree on that. But the problem is that it eliminates Drew. And I've actually talked about this in a video, how like, dude, I don't know. And maybe it's the LA Knights situation in the way that that's been, you know, portrayed by the fans and stuff like that. But LA Knight getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and then just it getting pulled away and it getting pulled away again. And then, hey, let's pull it away again. It feels like the same exact thing with Drew McIntyre. So while, yes, I agree, I think the Oba Femi thing is awesome and it's going to be great for him. And if he does cost Drew, he's up and he's got this feud with Drew. But where does that leave Drew, and at what stature does that leave Drew? Because for me, and I can only speak for myself in this, I don't know if I'll be drawn to Drew McIntyre the way that maybe I was previously. Yeah. Because he is what you're showing me. He's a loser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if somebody is a loser, why does it make sense for me to invest anything into them? I did it with the LA Knight situation. We've done numerous lives where I've backed LA Knight and said, man, it's his time, it's his time, it's his time. And then they don't give it to me. And I'm like, okay, well, at some point I gotta pull away from this. You know what I mean? Because they obviously don't believe in the guy the way that maybe I do.
Yeah.
It's the same situation with Drew McIntyre, and it sucks, but that's just what it is.
I have an interesting theory as well, which I would love to share. But I think when you look at like more specifically in WWE, so like a good example would be Oba Femi costing Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Oba Femi should cost Drew in the 3 stages of hell. And then Oba Femi and Drew McIntyre should be part of the Final 4 in the Royal Rumble. And then Drew McIntyre takes out Oba Femi. And like Oba Femi could do this monstrous run in the Royal Rumble where he clears the record. He goes on a Brock Lesnar type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to look like he's going to win the Rumble. Drew takes him out. Maybe even Oba Femi eliminates Drew and Drew comes back into the Rumble to take out Oba Femi. You could do that to build a great storyline. My only problem with bringing Oba Femi into the main roster and going after Drew is that you wouldn't want Oba Femi to lose the feud. but you also don't want Drew McIntyre to lose the feud. So,
and that's the problem.
Yeah, like I love the idea of bringing Oba Femi into 3 stages of hell and going after Drew McIntyre. It makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of logic there. I like the idea of them eliminating each other in the Royal Rumble or having some major spot there. I just don't like the idea if the move is, let's say, WrestleMania and Oba Femi loses. I hate that idea. But even more than the idea of Oba Femi losing, I hate the idea of Drew McIntyre losing. And I think you said it best. Like, there's going to be this association with Drew McIntyre that he's just a loser. And I don't really think that's fair for Drew McIntyre, considering the fact that Drew McIntyre is just like one of the top guys who is now constantly putting people over for no reason.
Yeah, real fast. And this is just like a theory. It's obviously nothing like real. I'll be quick because I know we got the super chat up.
No, you're good.
Nats fan mentioned in the chat. He said something about Drew wins, Cody heel. Is there a world that maybe we think like, oh man, what if Oba comes in, tries to cost Drew the match, Cody gets mad and hits Oba or something like that, and then it turns into Cody falling on because he didn't want Oba to be a part of the match or whatever? Does that potentially turn Cody into that heel that we want while also saving Drew McIntyre and giving him the championship?
What I do like about that potential possibility is the fact that with Cody right now, and this is like a big thing with Cody, is Cody sometimes, when I see him talk to Nick Aldis and, oh, I want Drew, and, you know, he wanted him unsuspended and all these things, sometimes I look at Cody as being a little emotional. And when I see Cody being emotional as a character, that makes me think, okay, maybe his head is not on screwed correctly.
Yep.
And sometimes as a baby face, that could actually really be a fun story, because of Cody being the guy where it's like he kind of put himself in that position. I like that. I like that potential story. Now, Mike actually said it best in the chat. He says Cody's not going heel anytime soon. He's in the Cena spot, which I do agree. I do think Cody is going to remain babyface all the way up until WrestleMania. I think we get a double turn at WrestleMania with Cody's match, and I think that's how Cody's going to drop the belt. But I do think it would be a fun possibility. The good thing about this, though, with Oba Femi, with him vacating the belt, it does 2 things. One, it gets him to the main roster, which I think is important. But 2, it establishes this new ground for NXT. And that's why I really loved about Tolino Channel's super chat right here. He dropped 400 Indian rupees, and he says, for me, NXT was like a detox after a strange Raw. The episode was a whole reset like SmackDown. With Oba and Trick leaving, new main eventers can't be billed because Oba and Trick were their ceiling. That stops them from being champ, which is true. I think in the past year, a lot of the focus in NXT was Trick Williams and Oba Femi. And if you look at NXT last night, Oba Femi vacated the belt, and then what do you know? We have Tony D'Angelo in the crowd eyeing the NXT championship.
Yep, that was really cool.
But at the same time, too, when you look at NXT, we do need a crop of fresh talent. And I think there is a very, very big challenge that NXT currently has right now, which is the fact that they really got to fix that men's division. Like, Ethan Page and Ricky aren't going to be there forever. They can't carry it all on their own. I know some people in the chat have mentioned Miles Bourne. I think Miles Bourne's a great talent, but there's just certain things, like when it comes to TV, and we've talked about this for over a year, and it's been one of the main criticisms that I've had for NXT, is that they have not done a good job of building up that men's division to the point where there are suitable people up there. And so it did feel like NXT was at a reset, but I feel like that reset has mostly generated a positive response for the women and for the mid-card. But for the main event scene, I continue to say this for over a year, it appears to me that's a struggle. And so, look, David Finlay possibly leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't know if I want to see David Finlay in NXT. I think he's ready for the main roster.
Yeah, right away.
But I think this is another situation where it's like, hey, he could come into NXT and really run NXT and be the face of NXT for a short period of time until WWE figures it out. Because, and not to keep rambling, I'm sorry, Bill.
No, you're good. You're good.
But I think one thing that Tolino Channel said really well was like Oba and Trick was basically like they were the ceiling. Like other people couldn't get there because of them on the show. I don't see anybody who's really suited for that top spot. Like Ricky and Ethan are the only 2 people that come to mind, but they've carried that belt before at a time where it was a struggle. So like we need to get to a point where NXT figures it out like almost immediately. Otherwise, they're in danger.
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that they're definitely in danger of some things if they don't figure it out. And I'll be honest with you, they have the guy to figure it out, and it's nobody that was mentioned. I know, like Miles Bourne and things like that. Like they have the guy. I seen him last night on TV, and all I thought to myself is he is the best thing on TV right now. And if WWE does this correctly, and maybe it doesn't happen overnight, and rather maybe it happens, 3, 4, 5 months from now, just whatever it is. I know that they're very high on him. They've shown me that. They're already showing me that. They're positioning him right now really well. The person that I am speaking of is Shiloh Hill. Shiloh Hill strikes me as somebody who can move NXT into the future and really help them. He's somebody that I think a lot of people would find interest in solely based off the person that he is. If you go back, like, I follow him on TikTok and stuff like that. And like, I look at his TikTok channel and he's just like naturally an interesting person. And when you have interesting people, that oftentimes can create interesting stories, right? And I think WWE has an opportunity with somebody like Shiloh Hill to do that. Now, who's next to Shiloh Hill? That I don't know. But I really do believe that Shiloh Hill, for sure, he is the guy to move NXT forward. That's just my thought process on it.
I like the potential of Shiloh Hill. I think Shiloh Hill has an extreme amount of potential.
And I know what we're talking about is like immediate fix.
Well, so the thing is, NXT, this is not the same NXT that was on the WWE network pre-taped.
Correct.
For an hour back in the day. This is the CW. You need some heavy hitting names. And I see the chat. I see Brian McCaddy. He says Jasper or Shiloh. Where is 26 said, what about Josh Briggs? We are talking about a show on a network that is available everywhere. And one of the things that I'm really coming to grips with is that, like, and people could label me a hater, I don't care. Jasper Troy's not ready.
No, not at all. I don't think he is either.
I seen him in this the segment with Ethan Page and everybody. He does not make me. I'm not a believer in him.
Yeah, I don't jump at the fact that Jasper Troy is walking out to the ring.
Yeah, and like I just I don't get it. Like, and there's people there in NXT who I would like to see pushed. I think Tavion Heights is a great example of he's showing his charisma and he's really good.
He was really fun to watch yesterday.
I just think in general though, like even when you see him go, like I look at guys like Charlie Dempsey and Tavion Heights, and I see those guys and I'm like, okay, they're good workers, they're good characters, they have a solid foundation. They would go out there and have bangers, but we're talking about a global television show where
you have to have somebody who genuinely fits the mold.
The reason why I think Trick Williams and Oba Femi worked out so well in NXT was because they did have this aura about them and the way they carry themselves.
Yeah.
To the point where like Trick Williams shows up on SmackDown and he says he wants to be world champion, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty believable. Like it's like he comes out there and it's like, yeah, it's pretty believable. Perception's reality, Yeah. And I think with NXT, it's like we could talk about the Shiloh Hills and the Tavion Heights and stuff like that. But when you're trying to build the show,
it's about finding right now.
Yes. And I don't think a lot of these guys are ready now for that position.
No. So
for the North American Championship, 1,000,000%. There's just guys that I watch in NXT, and this is from my history of watching NXT and Florida Championship Wrestling. And again, I'm not trying to be a hitter, but like Jasper Troy, for example, like he comes out and he's got this big chain, and it's like big tough guy, speed, I bulldozed through LFG. Yeah, bro, but yeah.
He said, yeah, bro.
Yeah, like it's like,
are we sure about that?
Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it just doesn't bring excitement. You know what I mean? There's people on the show where it's like I could see their potential, but I need NXT to go and find itself a little bit when it comes to that men's division. And so, yes, Tolino Channel was absolutely correct in the sense that it was a reset. And I agree. But we need to find, and I think WWE kind of has an opportunity with some of these guys from the UK they're bringing in. Elio Lafleur had his vignette.
Oh, man, that was great. The French
great vignette. They showed the footage from AAA.
Yeah.
I like his name. I like that they kept his mask. Aigle Blanc, when he was in the Indies in the UK and Progress and stuff like that, like he was awesome. Now we're going to see how it transitions to NXT. Brother, I'm going to say it. And for the women, shout out to the women because they've
got it figured out.
They figured it out. WWE has figured out the I mean, let's just call it what it is because I don't think this is really controversial to say. I think the women in NXT are better than the men. And
yeah, bro.
I think if you look at the women in NXT, the way that they're being developed, I mean, Kendall Gray comes in and she's ready for the main roster. She's ready to main event a WrestleMania, bro. Jada Parker, absolutely great. Lola Vice, absolutely great. Izzy Dame obviously has a little bit more work to do, but her progression has been incredible. Tatum Paxley's progression has been incredible. And I look at the men's division and I'm like,
I don't see a lot of that in you.
I don't. And I see it with these Evolve guys. Like Sean Legacy's great. And, tonight he's fighting for the Evolve Championship against Jackson Drake. And I would like to see him win potentially. But, I don't think Jackson Drake goes into NXT and becomes this big deal. There's just a lot of guys in NXT. I don't see WWE developing the men at the rate that they're developing the women. And quite frankly, I think the women have transitioned from collegiate athletics to pro wrestling far greater than a lot of these wrestlers.
So can I be honest? Can I be honest with you? What I feel, and this is just what I feel in this situation. What WWE has done is I feel like with the women, we have people that we're talking about like Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Thea Hale. I mean, a lot of these women that I'm naming, a lot of them have that collegiate background. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them oftentimes are really good performers. And that's why the women perform so well, in my personal opinion. It's because they have a lot of that collegiate background. And WWE is really focused on that collegiate background with the women. When it comes to the men's side of things, we have to take a look at who is sitting there right now. And I think it's a feeling. It's a feeling more than it is anything. With the men, they're bringing in established stars. Look at Ricky Saints, look at Ethan Page, look at Joe Hendry. And I'm not saying that every star is established or whatever, but a lot of them have a pro wrestling background. You know what I mean? They wrestled on the indies or whatever the case is. A lot of them have that. So I think what it is you're seeing a mix of what WWE does to mold a person versus this is what I did and I'm having to learn the new style.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And I think that's what separates the men and the women. And that's what I think is holding, truth be told, some of the men back versus the women.
When you look at the men's class that they currently have, and you compare it to 2014, 2015, they get on absolute shit on. And I think for WWE, their strategy should be, hey, let's sign David Finlay. Let's sign some of these people from whether it be AEW or
doesn't matter where you come from.
Go after them. Go after them and save the NXT men's division. Let's just call it what it is. It's a struggle. It's a real big struggle for NXT. And the sad thing is we have talked about this for over a year.
Yeah.
My opinion has not changed in over a year. NXT is the most consistently well-booked wrestling show that exists in professional wrestling.
Hands down.
Shawn Michaels honestly should be Booker of the Year. He won't be, but he should be.
Yep.
And consider that a hot take or whatever it may be. I don't
think it's hot. I think you're right.
I think we just saw S4G Kata brought this up too, and he's like, hey, EC3, he just left NWA. I don't think EC3 would be great for the main roster, but I think for NXT,
he can do the Sean Spears thing. Sean Spears doesn't need to go up to the main roster, but Sean Spears is such an important name on NXT that really helps the show.
Especially not only on screen, but even backstage, obviously.
Right. Yeah, exactly. These are obviously older people who have a lot of time in the business and stuff like that. You do the same exact thing. I like the EC3 thing. I think that makes a lot of sense.
But it's time to make some changes. Tolino Channel followed up with that super chat for 100 rupees, and he goes, maybe the 2026 breakout star will be Miles Bourne. Maybe Ethan's ego gets injected into Bourne and creates a heel. Also, Sean Legacy gets more exposure. And look, it's not It's not that Miles Bourne can't be the guy. It's not that Shawn Legacy can't be the guy. It's not that Shiloh Hill can't be the guy. But we are not talking about... We're talking about a show that, by the way, that is expected to go and leave the Performance Center even more in 2026.
Yeah, because they just announced it. They just announced
you gotta sell tickets. You gotta sell tickets, and you gotta get TV ratings. And those guys are just not ready for that position to carry the brand on their shoulders. And it's not it's not a personal attack on them. It's just the truth. Like, the reality is, like, Oba Femi and Ethan Page and some of these guys, they're able to be in a situation where they've been groomed for that top spot. You know, it's the way they've been booked and the way they've been handled, and that's kind of allowed them to get to that point. So for me, WWE kind of has this problem, but this problem is reflective on the idea that WWE wasn't preparing for the men to be in a very big spot for when some of these call-ups happen. Because Ethan Page and Ricky, what do you do when they're called up, when that happens? What is the solution to that? What do you do?
Right now, they don't have a solution. Right now, there is no solution. I mean, I'm gonna keep in line here, and I agree with you on the David Finlay thing. I think he comes and helps. Obviously, he's somebody who's established. And don't get me wrong, they still have Ricky Saints right now, and I think that's going to be a way that they try to move those tickets. That's what they're going to. If I'm being honest with myself, I mean, here's the thing: are we going to keep Ricky in NXT for another year? That's the question that we have to ask. Because if so, then yeah, go on the road. I think Ricky will help. But if you're going to call Ricky up in 4 months, you know, before or after WrestleMania, whatever the case is, does it really make sense? Because right now, him and Ethan Page, I mean, let's call it like it is. Him and Ethan Page are all that they really got when it comes to the main event scene.
And then it made me think of something a little bit different. We have access to AAA. We have access to TNA. Mm-hmm. So, well, obviously we know TNA is not going to win a belt from NXT because WWE just doesn't do that.
Nope.
Terrible. I think it's very, very, very odd that we haven't seen Vikingo come to NXT and have a run.
Very odd.
But why not build like a super indie on NXT mixed with the collegiate athletes? Bring in David Finlay, bring in Vikingo, bring in some of these guys, sign them. Hey, War Dogs potentially leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. Drilla Maloney.
Yeah.
You know, last night we're seeing OTM in a tag team segment backstage. Mm-hmm. Joe Hendry's talking to them because he's got the match with Dion Lennox next week.
Next week. Yep.
Oh, and don't even get me started on Joe Hendry. He's with his character and the way he's positioned on NXT. I do not want to see him hold the NXT belt.
Although WWE will probably give it to him. They're probably going to. I'm just going to keep it a buck.
I don't dig it. I don't dig it.
Yeah, no, I really don't either. There's numerous names that we can think of and think like, oh, they're positioned or whatever the case is. At the end of the day, it's up to WWE to really figure this one out. And that's what I was going to mention right there. The Zilla Fatu situation. Zilla Fatu, he is also, as great as he is, I think we can all agree, like, Zilla Fatu is amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't know if, like, he comes in and immediately makes impact.
So, this is the thing about Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu was attacked by Ricky Saints at a reality of wrestling, Booker T's promotion. Mm-hmm. And so Zilla Fatu was attacked by Ricky Saints. He was a masked man. Yesterday on NXT, we got Ricky Saints cutting a promo, and the crowd is literally chanting Zilla. Now, I don't know if WWE did that to set up the possible debut of Zilla Fatu, but man, if you want to bring some fresh blood into NXT with Oba vacating the belt and these call-ups happening, why not bring in Zilla Fatu? And the nice thing about Zilla Fatu coming into NXT and having that feud with Ricky is that could be Ricky's last thing that he does before he goes to the main roster.
And this would be put over him.
Yeah, but it's great that Zilla Fatu then doesn't have to be associated with the bloodline, which every Samoan that comes into WWE, people's immediate reaction is, oh, they're going to join MFT or the bloodline. This would be really dope for Zilla Fatu to come in, do his thing, develop under NXT, and grow under NXT and hold it down for NXT. You know what I'm saying? Like
to
me, that would be
thing you did with Solo Sikoa, put him directly in the bloodline. Dude, do you remember the Street Champ? That shit was so good.
I loved it.
Yeah, dude.
I will say, Solo Sikoa. I know the IWC wants to shit on him, but he is very funny, bro. He makes me laugh on TV.
I enjoy Solo. I think all of them, all of them have such good personalities. Like all the Samoans, friggin' Jay is hilarious. Jimmy is hilarious. Like all of them have so much charisma. So I understand like why they're poised and positioned the way that they are. You know what I mean? But like you said, Zilla Fatu coming in and getting that immediate sense of like urgency of, hey, we're not going to put this guy with, the MFTs or the bloodline because we now want to separate.
Yeah.
We want Zilla Fatu to be Zilla Fatu rather than Jey Uso with Roman Reigns or Jimmy Uso with Roman Reigns or hell, Tonga Loa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it.
Well, one thing too, and actually, let me do something really quick. Excuse me, because I'm taking a look.
Yeah.
On StreamYard, and this is giving me a little problem. I'm just turning up your audio a little bit.
Oh, is it down?
Yeah, but we're good. We're good.
I apologize to everybody. My stepdaughter's down there. She stayed home from school today, so if you guys can hear her, I apologize.
It's all good, my brother. It's all good. Talk for me really quick.
Yo. You can hear me loud and clear, hopefully.
Loud and clear. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So let me touch on Zilla Fatu, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Zilla Fatu, obviously, and I say obviously because I think everybody knows he has a little bit of like a criminal past and things of that.
Yeah.
The rumor was that maybe that's the reason why WWE hasn't brought him in.
Yeah.
Now, TKO may have changed their tune to things because obviously we saw Jacob Fatu also come in. But Zilla Fatu should probably come to NXT and is likely coming to NXT. He should come to NXT, but I don't know if that's enough either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think one name in its own saves the day.
Right.
So Brian McHattie says Zilla Fatu, and I like the idea of Zilla Fatu, and I like the idea, especially when you see that Ricky took him out.
Yeah.
But I still think you got to have David Finlay. I think you got to have Zilla Fatu.
So they got to go on a little bit of a signing spree.
Yeah, I really do. I think maybe that would probably be the big thing is a signing spree. Yeah.
It helps them out in the long run. Like you said, Vikingo is like another name that really helps. There's numerous names between AAA and TNA that can help. So it's all about how they go ahead and position this. I think a signing spree would help.
I mean, am I tripping?
No.
Chat, do you guys agree, disagree?
Yeah, I don't think you're tripping at all.
Shout out to Brian McHattie. Zilla Fatu is definitely part of the solution. He's not entirely the solution.
Right.
Adam Myron dropped a $5 super chat. He says, hey guys, why not WWE do a NXT title series to crown an NXT champion with the semifinals and finals being held at Stand and Deliver? What do you think? Man, Stand and Deliver is like, what, 5 months away?
Yeah, we can't keep the belt off somebody for that long. Stand and Deliver needs to have a champion going into it. That's just like... I see what you're trying to say here. I think it would be cool. You know what I mean? If Stand and Deliver wasn't 2 months away or 3 months away. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me personally, I would probably say no. I think we do something, maybe the next NXT PLE crown the champion there.
Man.
What you thinking?
I like the idea of them doing
the tournament.
I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It sounds good on the surface.
When's the next Worlds Collide?
let's look that up real fast. I'll look it up.
I don't think there's one that's been announced.
There isn't.
There isn't. Yeah, I just saw.
Yeah.
No official announcement.
Nope, not yet.
I think the solution for the crowning, do a Worlds Collide.
Somebody just said like a G1 style tournament. Who is that? Brian McCaddy.
Do a tournament leading to Worlds Collide. Let's say March, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
TNA talent, AAA talent, Evolve talent, Pro Wrestling Noah talent, main roster talent.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think we're giving NXT too much credit to do something like that? Us talking about this? Do you think that NXT genuinely could potentially do something like that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Because something just tells me that they're just going to do like a tournament across like a couple weeks of TV.
Oh, for sure. That's always a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what, like in my mind, all I can say is like, yeah, they're going to do like 3 weeks of TV in the next PLE. It's going to be like Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page, or obviously that's not the case, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's just going to be Ricky Saints or Joe Hendry. You know what I mean? And that'll be your new NXT champion.
If these bastards were smart, they would call Steve Macklin in from TNA and give him the world title.
Man, he's no longer the international champion. Like,
don't get me started on the TNA International Championship.
Steve Macklin a long time ago. You dropped the ball on him. He's obviously, you know, he's found himself in TNA. You know what I'm saying? Why not call him up?
Don't get me started on the TNA International Championship. You might have just activated a super rant.
Oh no. What did I do?
Shout out to Adam for the super chat. Appreciate you, dog. I'm ranting about it. Let's move on.
Go ahead.
Next week on NXT, the TNA International Championship is being defended by Stax against Shiloh Hill.
Sorry, guys. I activated something. Yeah.
That's the
match that they're doing.
Facepalm. I'm so disgusted by this. This pissed me off.
Why?
Shots fired. Stax being TNA International Championship. Tommy Dreamer, this message is for you. Delirious, this message is for you. Carlos Silva, this message is for you. You have a loaded roster. I understand the business of it. I understand everything. I'm not dumb. I get it. I understand. Stax should not be your international champion. There are too many people way better than Stax, way more entertaining than Stax, way more beneficial for your company that would actually, like, it would benefit your company to have one of those people, like, that are actually better than him carry that belt. Nonetheless, TNA put the belt on Stax. And I get the story that they're doing with Ariana Grace and the NXT Performance Center guys going after TNA. And I see it. I understand it. Whatever. I don't like it because Stax is not even, I don't think he's qualified for that belt. And then I'm watching NXT and I see Stax and Shiloh Hill gets announced for next week for the TNA International Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Shiloh Hill. But what are we doing here? The TNA International Championship being defended in NXT between two guys that should not be nowhere near this championship.
It's not even two teams.
It makes me so mad. Wrestling doesn't make me that mad. This makes me mad.
That's fair.
This makes me so mad. When I see, by the way, where it really pissed me off was this is a segment where all these guys are coming out basically claiming that they're going to be the next North American champion.
Yeah, that's what it felt like in the beginning.
And then, by the way, hey, next week, brother, we go to the TNA International Championship. Nah, not good enough for me. And I really think TNA dropped the ball when they gave Stax the belt. But more importantly, I think what really pissed me off more than anything was the fact that this happened right?
Mm-hmm.
This happened, and then the title match that we get next week is Shiloh Hill versus Stax. Yeah. Y'all want to know why titles lose credibility?
Why is
because
that?
Of bullshit decisions like this.
Yeah. It's true.
I hated this part of NXT.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lie. You're not lying about it.
Steve Maclin was a TNA International Champion that you could be proud of.
Yeah.
TNA has partnerships. They obviously work with WWE. They work with AAA.
Mm-hmm.
This is a company that can easily bring in talent for the International Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. I'm dumbfounded. I'm puzzled. But I can name like 30 people who could be TNA International Champion.
There's numerous people inside of TNA.
Jake something.
Yeah, dude, so many names that could have used that and used that to their advantage. You know what I mean? To move them up the card a little bit in TNA, especially with TNA going to AMC. I don't think we need to have Shiloh Hill, who, and again, I know I just praised Shiloh Hill through the moon because I really do believe in the guy.
He's talented, bro, but he's not. This is not. No,
it's not his realm. It's this. This isn't for Stax and Shiloh Hill. You know what I mean? And I think that's where WWE maybe made that mistake. And TNA. I can't just put the blame on WWE. It's also on TNA.
But then Leon Slater couldn't win the NXT championship, bro.
That's
like, what are we doing?
Is this a one-sided? At least when it comes to championships, apparently this is a one-sided thing. Yeah. Poopy. Big poop, brother.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
Happy.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I watch NXT and I thought, okay, NXT is really solid. Everything's going well. Yeah. We get this little segment, and I just think to myself, I'm like, really? And I don't know who makes that decision for the international championship to be.
No, because you can't like say like, oh yeah, this is it. You know what I mean? Or this is it, or that is it. You know?
Yeah, you can't. I can't pinpoint it, but like, man, like I don't.
It's tough. It's tough to say.
It really disappointing, bro. Disappointing.
For sure. Absolutely.
But it goes to show you the problem that we were speaking of earlier with like the main event scene on WWE television for NXT.
It's all across the board.
It's a night and day difference between them and the women. It's just the women are better. The women are booked better. The women are wrestling better. The women are in better stories.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very annoying because after a year of seeing this shit happen the way it's unfolded, it does not get me excited. Like Oba Femi vacating the belt is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
He has to go to the main roster, but they have not prepared for this in a way. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like this crop of talent. It's like they're talented, but they're not ready.
Yeah.
So then the thing is, you look at TNA, for example, and you got guys like Cedric Alexander who are incredible. You have Steve Maclin, Jake something. And that's just a few. You have more people. I think people even forget like Travis Williams.
Oh yeah. Like there's numerous names.
There's so many people in TNA where I'm like, oh my God, like Mance Warner, you know, like I just think, damn, you could do so much more. Yeah. And the TNA International Championship
is just kind of floating around on NXT between NXT guys.
I don't know.
And you had Steve Maclin as your champion. Let's not forget that. just need to put that out there, dude. Yeah, I get it. What a time, brother. What a time.
Terrible.
Boo boo. Lord. Oh, NXT. It still falls under the same thing. It's a lot of the main event problem. It's a great show, best consistently booked show. But it falls under the same category that we've been talking about literally on this YouTube between both ours for the last year. And it's that it's a main event problem.
It's so funny because some of the things that we talk about with NXT, like with WWE and wrestling in general, it's like, man, things are like, they need some excitement.
Yeah.
And NXT starts off hot with the Blake Monroe angle with Thea Hill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it leads to Blake Monroe being banned from the building.
It was great. Loved it.
And she's obviously going to the main roster. WWE's pivoting.
Yep.
And you just see this excitement that's in this division. And it all stemmed from a botch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I see that in real time. And then I get so disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what is it in the men's division? Why can't they do these kinds of things? Like, what is missing? What is not clicking?
Mm-hmm.
When I see Joe Hendry with OTM, I can't take it serious.
No, bro, and I love OTM, dude. I'm not sure if you've ever tuned into I know you've tuned into them, but if you've ever sat down and watched one, dude, I'm here to tell you right now, I have pushed, pulled, yelled, OTM. They're going to be a great tag team. They're going to be a great tag team. They're going to be a great tag team. Push them to the moon. Push them to the moon. Push them to the moon. WWE hasn't done it. Why? Now we're putting them a part of this storyline with Joe Hendry. Why? Let them go out there and have banger tag team matches. Why? Why are we putting them up against Chase U? Why? I get hot about OTM, dude, because I genuinely like them two dudes. They are amazing.
Dude, they're sick. They're awesome. I don't take it serious with Joe Hendry.
Exactly. That's the problem. It's just not taken seriously. And it's
all because Dark State is such a big problem for Joe Hendry next week when he goes up against Dion Lennox or whatever. Which, by the way, hey, remember when we were talking about Dark State a long time ago?
Oh, bro, don't even get me started.
They making it out of the NXT, and you were like, no, they'll be a main roster act. You remember that? What's your thoughts now? What's your thoughts now, Billy TKO? What's your thoughts? Because I feel like I've been right on the money.
They're not making it out of it.
You can't even say it with a straight face. What happened, bro?
They're not making it. They're not going to the main roster, brother.
My boy, you gotta breathe. You gotta breathe. Breathe air.
All right. Hold on. Yeah, they're not going to the main. They're not going to the main roster, man.
You don't think so?
Damn, I really did. I was a firm believer in it too.
Why is it still a thing on NXT television?
Dude, because in the beginning, the idea of it was so dope. How do you not put your eggs in that basket when you see what's happening? It's four guys where they messed up is they didn't solidify a leader.
No, I think they solidified it a little bit with Saquon Sugars.
Nah, that's hard for me to believe. I don't really know who Saquon Sugars is if I'm a casual watcher.
I think you can make an argument that the leader aspect probably isn't the biggest problem. It's just the fact that it's just kind of corny. I don't know. I think all those guys would be so much better if they were just solo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox was about to go into some. I thought they should have told that story. Me personally, I was like, oh, maybe they do something with Dion Lennox and Oba Femi before they send Oba up. Dion Lennox, I think, is the breakout star of that group.
I don't think so, actually.
Really? Do you believe it's Saquon Sugars?
No, I think it's James Cutler.
He's funny. I just don't know if I.
It's not that. It's not that. I think he understands. I feel everybody's good. I'm not saying they're bad. No, I just think he's one of those guys where he could kind of like figure it out the WWE way, like the main roster way.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Like, I think when you look at him from a character perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and that's where I think, and maybe it's because WWE is kind of like poised and positioned Dion Lennox in that sense. to where they're like, hey, Dion Lennox. And that's a lot of the name that you hear. And maybe I look at it from that standpoint. But I've also seen like he's gotten better with his promos. And obviously he's gotten much better from, the last version that we've seen of him, a while ago. So I don't know. Something tells me that Dion Lennox, and I just kind of hold that he may be that breakout star at the end of the day.
I like to see people evolve. And this is one of the things about Trick Williams that was really cool. Trick Williams, when he was a babyface, we all knew, everybody said it, Trick Williams is going to be a major star.
Yeah.
Because we know he could be a babyface.
Yeah.
And then people were like, why did they turn him heel? Well, because they already know what they have with him as a babyface, but we don't know what he can do as a heel. The greatest thing that happened to Trick Williams was he went to TNA and evolved as a heel.
Yeah.
To the point where now when he comes on SmackDown, you're like, this guy could be a great heel world champion and a great babyface world champion.
I mean, it said Trick Willie.
It became believable.
For sure.
Now, he is not Hiroshi Tanahashi 2010.
No.
He's not Kazuchika Okada. He's not.
No,
he's not Speedball Mike Bailey.
He's not giving you fucking five-star matches.
He has 5-star matches capable. He's capable of it.
But he's not gonna like, that's not what you're gonna see out of Trick Williams.
But my point that I'm making is Trick Williams doesn't need to be that because he has everything else.
Correct.
He has the intangibles. And so the thing about Trick Williams is we got to see him evolve. And I feel like with a lot of the guys in Dark State, we're still looking at them from an early perspective, from an early stage of where they're at. Mm-hmm. Dion Lennox needs to evolve as a character before I could take him serious as a world champion or a singles guy. I don't think the Dark State group allows for any of these people to really showcase that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of the issue with Dark States. But again, this was stuff that we were talking about when they debuted. I was like, hey, I like it, and it's going to be fun for NXT, but it's not going to be anything special for the main roster, and they're not going to make it out of the PC. And I believe that it's not going to happen. And so when I watch NXT last night and I see Dion Lennox, it's the match is confirmed with Joe Hendry. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I don't care. But then I watch Kendall Gray go up there and have this amazing match against JC Jane, and I'm like, man, send them both to the main roster, call it a day.
Facts.
Like,
get them up.
Like, you could just tell.
Right. You can.
You could just tell who has it and who doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Absolutely.
Did you have any super chats on your channel? I don't know.
I did have one, and it's from Sharon Dye, who says she dropped a $1.99 super chat, and she said, "What is going on?" And she was just saying hello to the both of us.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. Sharon's great, man. Sharon's always great.
Shout out to Sharon. Did I miss any super chats? No. Guys, make sure you get your super chats in. Did we hit goal yet? No, we did not hit goal. We're close to hitting goal, though.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at the chat, though, because there's some people, I thought this was a good take. The Wrestling Old Head said, let Dion Lennox get repackaged for a solo run and have Saquon Sugars go be a star in some matches with Eagle Blanc. Like, that's what I would do. I would do that. Eagle Blanc is coming in as Elio LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
Talented guy.
For sure.
They should just let him and Vikingo wrestle for 30 minutes.
For the NXT championship?
Dude.
He said, yeah, go ahead and give me that.
I don't know why. They like, it's not hard, man. It's so easy. Just let people go out there and wrestle.
It is easy.
How is it that NXT, almost every variation of NXT that ever existed, the main event scene always had great wrestlers and great wrestling matches? Like even NXT 2.0 when Dolph Ziggler was champion and going up against Braun Breaker, those matches were so awesome, bro.
So much fun. I remember that. That was a great time.
They need to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Tolino Channel dropping 100 rupees. He says maybe Lash needs to be with Trick in the future like Booker T and Sharmell. Both are pure entertainers. Well, the nice thing is they have legitimate chemistry because they're like getting married, like they're a real couple.
It's a real thing.
I like the idea sometimes of pairing up real couples on television, especially if their characters align. And with Trick being a heel, Trick being a heel, Lash Legend being a heel, it's kind of fascinating.
They go to hand in hand.
She's awesome. Side note, she's very awesome.
Lash Legend?
Lash Legend is awesome.
Oh, bro, I love, it's so funny because so many people give her credit these days. Not everybody gave her credit to begin with.
I know, but I remember Metaphor. We were talking about it. Yep. Which, by the way, where the fuck is Noam Dar?
He wasn't released from the company, was he?
No, I think he's still in WWE.
Oh, damn. Where is he?
I know he was injured. He had the what was it? The Heritage Cup.
How long ago was that? Yeah, I knew he had the Heritage Cup.
That was earlier in 2025, man. That was June 21st.
June 21st. Yeah, he was forced to relinquish it. He was not released from his contract. No shot.
I want Noam Dar back. Oh, the Metaphor was so good.
Yeah, we talked about him huge, and you look at Jakara Jackson now over in TNA.
Yeah.
And the work that she's doing there. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Lash Legend is great. Love Lash Legend. I would love to see Trick and Lash on TV. It does fall back to chemistry. Chemistry is everything.
Trick Williams and Lash Legend versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. Give it to me. Give it to me. Lash Legend didn't even win singles gold in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just have it in them, bro. And by the way, the stuff that she's doing with Nia Jax on the main roster, it's working. So
it is.
I feel like NXT just has to figure out this men's division. It's a common thread. Blake Monroe, listen, Blake Monroe goes to the main roster. She's going to kill it. She's got it in her. She didn't have to be in NXT. Yeah. A lot of people don't have to be in NXT. And right now, the issue is a lot of them now, NXT needed people and couldn't call up the men for a while because they needed the help. Mm-hmm. But now it's too long and you have to call those people up.
Right.
So we revert back to that problem of you gotta freshen things up. Yeah, what do we do now? Shout out to Toledo Channel for that super chat. I want to say Brian McCaddy, he dropped super chats earlier, but he dropped this. He said, what happened to Nikita Lyons? And Nikita Lyons is a perfect example of somebody who couldn't figure it out.
She was on TV last night.
Yeah, man, but she wanted to be...
I get what you're saying. She just couldn't figure it out.
They used her as a stand-in because they just wanted a whole bunch of women to go out there and act like they want the women's championship, North American championship. But Nikita Lyons, she went to Evolve, and she just got derailed by injuries, and you can never forget at NXT 2.0, and this is how things change, bro, but perception is reality. She goes into NXT 2.0, and even though she was a little bit green, everybody looked at her and was like, yeah, she's going to be a major hit on the main roster. Yeah. But then she got hurt, and she's slower in the ring now, and it's and I'm not saying this to be critical of her or to be a hater or negative towards her, because I think injuries just slowed her down a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, she just couldn't figure it out or grab it.
But she has charisma and
absolutely.
She's got good energy
on the main roster.
But it's just
I don't think she personally has figured that out.
And then you got to think. So she was in NXT 2.0 killing it, but then what happens? WWE brings in a crop of new talent. Julia, Stephanie Vakir, Jordan Grace, Zarya, Sol Ruka.
Yeah, it's like she was never going to compete with them.
Bro, we literally have a segment with Sol Ruka and Zarya backstage, and Sol Ruka, great storytelling, little tidbit, by the way. Literally, Fatal Attraction or whatever the fuck they're called, Fatal Influence. They're backstage, and Sol Ruka makes a comment something about the title, and I love it because JC Jane and them were like, well. They made the comment because Sol Ruka was talking about the world championship for herself and not being considerate of her tag team partner. It was a nice little tidbit that they had because they're constantly teasing the split of Zarya and Sol Ruka.
Yeah, it's been...
And the thing is, Sol Ruka and Zarya are both ready for the main roster.
Absolutely.
So look at
Sol beat Bailey.
So look at Nikita Lyons, for example. It's just everybody's passed her up. everybody's passed her up. There's just a crop of talent. Lola Vice is killing it in AAA right now. And she could come to NXT and be the world women's champion. But she's been passed up. It's just like, put her on the main roster, let her do main roster in AAA.
Yeah. Why not?
You know? It's just the way the thing is. It's like there's a timing thing, and for the women, it's a lot harder to get over than I think the men because that's way more competitive.
Yeah.
Richard put in the chat. He says, "Give me Colby Carino, David Finlay, and Bullet Club War Dogs." And it's like I think that's a very big possibility. I think Colby Carino does come to NXT. People forget that Colby Carino was expected to go to NXT, and then he ended up having some sort of issue that prevented him from it, and then he went to NWA. And now WWE is interested in bringing him in. So is AEW, and we'll see what happens. But like bringing Colby Carino, bringing some of these guys, you just got to have some fresh blood. It needs it. The show needs it.
We're in dire need of it right now. That's just the honest truth.
It just has to happen. It just has to happen.
Yeah. 1000% agree.
One more super chat until we hit super chat goal. Can we hit it? Who's going to make it happen?
Hit the goal, man.
Let's hit the goal. Zach Pack said, "Is Zarya ready? Because I want to see her as a heel before she moves up." She's been ready.
Right. I was about to say, I mean, you can have her turn heel, and maybe that, it's just another cool tidbit that you get out of her, because I think she'll play the heel role really well. But which is probably what they do, by the way, Zach Pack. They probably do turn her heel before she moves up. I don't think they'll move her up right away. Versus Soul, I think they'll move up once the Zarya feud is done.
So the good thing with Zarya is all these other women have been called up. The Jordan Graces, the Julia, Stephanie Vakirs, like all these people. These top names have been called up. So when you need her to hold the belt, like, dude, she's going to hold it down.
Yeah.
She's gonna hold it down. She's gonna be a great champion.
For sure.
Absolutely
she will be.
We hit our super chat goal. Shout out to Brian McCaddy dropping a $5 super chat. He says, thoughts on Danhausen and his possible link to NXT. I cannot believe I have not even thought about Danhausen yet. He's still technically under contract to my belief. He's definitely going to be going out of AEW. They added, he didn't want to be there. They froze his contract, things of that nature. Danhausen is a guy that can immediately go to the main roster and be a comedy character that it does extremely well. I look at Danhausen as a great comedy character and a great asset to WWE.
Yeah.
Any company, but to WWE, like I see it right away, right off the rip.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Now, with that being said, Danhausen coming to NXT does not fill the void of the main event scene, but I think it adds a little bit more intrigue to the
show itself.
To the show itself, like it's an addition. I want to see Danhausen in a split personality character.
That would be so cool.
I would love it where he's serious and he's also comedic, and you don't know which side you're going to get when you watch the show.
Dude, I need a segment with him and CM Punk. Super bad.
I mean, it would be...
I just need to see it.
To me, I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely, it's a no-brainer. Oh, WWE, you have an opportunity to do something potentially.
He just adds so much value as a character from the character perspective of things. Like,
dude, he's a great character.
I remember at one point, I don't know if it was WrestleVotes or somebody had reported like, oh, WWE sources are kind of like hit or miss on him. Like, what is there to be hit or miss on? You guys had Great Khali and Santino Marella doing segments together, and people didn't understand it, but it was funny.
Right.
Danhausen's a merchandise mover. You sign him, you bring him in, and you do stuff with him and Mr. Iguana.
Oh my god!
And you do stuff at AAA and
him and R-Truth.
But you bring him into NXT first.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
It would be fun, man.
It would be. It would be. Yeah, Pepsi Phil.
Oh, interesting super chat. Shout out to Brian McCaddy for the $5. Thank you. Adam7899 dropped a $5 super chat. Would you send Montez Ford to NXT like Balor did? did twice to prove himself as a singles competitor. You know, I think this is an interesting question. I love Finn Balor's original NXT run. I love.
Yeah, the first one was amazing.
When he came back and we all thought maybe he was joining Undisputed Era, he did the heel turn thing. Like, that was fun. Yeah. That was awesome.
Didn't he face Karrion Kross for the NXT title?
I think so. I feel like he did.
Yeah, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good stuff.
I think Montez Ford, if he's going solo, you don't do it in NXT.
No, I think you do it on the main roster. He's already established in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you have to send him back to NXT. I don't think you have to send either of them back to NXT, if you want me to be honest. Angelo Dawkins has made himself too. I remember when they were wrestling, people were sitting there saying like, oh, Angelo Dawkins, he's the sidekick to Montez Ford. He completely erased that narrative when they, Triple H really took the helm of power. They erased that narrative completely. And I love it. I love it. So yeah, I don't think they need to go, down to NXT to establish themselves. I think they both could have singles. Montez Ford is somebody I could potentially see in the main event if you do it correctly. Angelo Dawkins, maybe you give him a mid-card run and then eventually a main event scene run. Right now, though, yeah, I don't think they need NXT.
You know, it's so funny. Montez Ford is such a great talent. And I definitely believe that he would be a phenomenal talent as a singles guy. I think very highly of Angelo Dawkins, and he would be really good as a singles guy. Yeah. I almost like the idea of sending Angelo Dawkins to NXT to basically pull like a Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes thing.
Yeah, sure.
Because when they were together, it was great. And then obviously Carmelo and Trick both benefited from going solo. And I think Angelo Dawkins going to NXT could actually be a very fun way to keep him in the main event scene.
Yeah, so if you want to keep him in the main event scene, yeah, sure. Why not?
People, I don't think, realize how good Angelo Dawkins is as a character, but also as a wrestler. Like, people forget
just wonder what we're going to do with them now, considering that we haven't seen them on TV.
I think they have something planned, but
we'll see. Time will tell.
Shout out to Adam for the super chat. Zach Pack coming in with a $4.99. Got boys with another super chat. If WWE NXT is in the star making business, shouldn't we at least give them a chance to make new stars? Brother, that's the issue. You can't make them new stars once the spot fills up. You have to make them new stars before then, so when the spot opens up, people want to see it. So I agree. But that's the failure that they've had in over a year. NXT doesn't get a lot wrong. NXT does not get a lot wrong. But what NXT gets wrong is that they have not put themselves in a situation, they have not put themselves in the position to prepare talent after the call-ups to fill the void.
Yeah.
It was to the point where last year we were live and we were talking like, man, the only thing that's saving them is the fact that TNA is involved in this partnership because it's bringing in some talent.
Yeah.
But for example, TNA, this is a great example. TNA has done such a great job booking AJ Francis in the mid-card that if they wanted AJ Francis to go to the main event scene because they were struggling to build the main event scene, he has been built up properly as a heel for so long now, for the last 2 years, that it would be believable for him to be in the main event scene.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what TNA has done correctly.
And they've done it better than NXT has.
Yes. NXT has not done that.
Yeah.
To the point where we're saying once again, a year later, we need to freshen up talent, so add people from AAA or TNA or something. Because I forgot who dropped the super chat. Maybe it was Tolino Channel. But Miles Bourne could be the guy.
For sure. You just have to position him correctly.
But the thing is, what has he been doing beforehand to really give him that? We see his potential, but what have they done on television to say, hey, this is your guy?
Nothing.
Okay, for example, when you watch Raw and SmackDown, before Gunther when he was Intercontinental Champion, we knew
Gunther was dominant.
They built him up as this dominant creature. He's going to go to the main event scene.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where now when he taps out John Cena like a little bitch, it's believable.
It's the same thing that they're doing with Oba Femi right now. Because
100%.
Regardless of what anybody thinks, Oba Femi is positioned. He's massive, you know what I mean? We know that he's going to go to the main roster and make immediate impact versus, like we talk about, somebody like Miles Bourne who hasn't really done anything up until this point. And now we're in the position of we need right now. And we're not going to get, like, we need somebody like David Finlay, for instance, to come help. So that way somebody like Miles Bourne can do something of statue. You know what I mean? Something that matters. And that's how we create new stars. Sadly, they had the opportunity to do this. They had the cycle. You know what I mean? We had talked numerous times about how great NXT, it's amazing. It's amazing. The women, they're doing great. They're doing great. It's always been this problem of the men's main event scene. It's because they're not funneling the right way. And it's weird because you're doing it with the women, but you're not doing it with the men.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And I think it goes back to, in the beginning of the show, what I talked about, of we have a certain type of, performer with the women, and then you have certain type of performers with the men. That's what it comes down to, in my opinion. Some people are more believable than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about preparation, and I think WWE was better prepared for the women and not for the men.
Correct.
In NXT.
Correct.
Now on Raw and SmackDown, that's different not a problem that exists.
Yeah, different story.
It's not a problem. Yeah, it's not a...
You got to think people up there, they're more established, longer time in the game, whatever the case is. That's not to say every single person has a longer stretch in the game than somebody in NXT, but let's be real. A lot of people on Raw and SmackDown, they've obviously had more time, more stretch to establish themselves, things of that nature.
I think that was, what a great episode for NXT, but it's a great episode that continues to have an underlying problem.
Correct. We're just continuing on this path of one problem sits like right under the belt. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I think that's the perfect way to conclude, unless you have anything else you would like to speak of, my friend.
No, sir. That is all I have for today. Appreciate you having me, dude.
Of course. What other effects can I use?
I don't know.
I don't use this enough, but...
Book better. Hold on, hit that button again. Better booking.
Better booking. 1-800-CALL-ANGO.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Definitely a good episode of NXT. A lot of positives coming out of it. Like I said, I know we harped a lot on the one negative, but it kind of becomes a little frustrating. For over a year now, we're talking about the same problem that exists, and it's just like, and I think we've talked about a lot of solutions too, and I think Brian McCaddy brought it up with Zilla Fatu, like that helps too.
For sure, dude, there's so many people that can help, but the problem is
make some signings.
We can't allow this to continuously be the case.
So that's very true. You can't allow it to be continuously the case, but just you got to remember, like Ethan Page was hot shotted, Ricky Saints was hot shotted.
Yeah,
you bring in Zilla Fatu or David Finlay or whatever, you're gonna hot shot them. That's fine,
right? But that's what I'm saying. You have to let people start building their name up behind them.
Yeah. Exactly. And that was the only real negative that I had for the show.
Me too.
Aside from Stax and Shiloh Hill getting announced next week, I will 1,000,000% bury that next week because Stax, his promo, by the way, with Ariana Grace was so cringe.
I'm surprised you didn't shit on me for that. You remember when I talked about how good Stax was going to be after the Tony situation?
Yeah. You know what, bro? You. Dead serious, because you did. That was you.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, so cringe, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's bad. It's
so cringe.
Bad. I am 0-2 for this NXT shit, dude.
That was so cringe, dog.
Oh,
so cringe.
Yeah, it was no good.
He grabbed his nutsack and he was like something about a big package.
Yeah.
Cringe, dog. Cringe. You're the dude. You sound like the dude in high school that like literally like hit your peak in high school.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's no good.
It's like not good, bro.
I really had faith in Stacks too.
Oh, you know what?
I thought he was going to be the leader of Dark State.
Yeah. Good thing that didn't happen. Dark State. Can I tell you another thing? I just thought of something else to ramble on. Can I do it?
Go ahead.
I don't give a what anybody says. I'm going to start censoring myself.
All right. Good man.
Tony D'Angelo eyeing the freaking title.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this new character and he's so omnious. He's so in the background. He's just chilling. He's like looking around. But what is he really freaking doing?
Nobody knows.
That's where we're at with Tony D'Angelo. This dude was a star in 2.0 and now he should be on the freaking call-up scene. He should be called up to Raw or SmackDown. Get him the out of NXT, bro. Straight up. What are we doing here? Yeah. Tony D'Angelo is going to save us with the NXT championship. He's going to get a championship reign and then feud with Stacks again. Get the out of here.
Yeah, they're going to have
straight up bullshit.
They're going to have a crowbar match.
No, man. It's just so dumb.
Who got the bigger package? You know what I'm saying?
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Oh, Lord.
You sat there. Stacks is going to be the man. Now he's grabbing his nutsack with Ariana Grace, and you got Shiloh Hill's tooth falling out on her. I want to be North American champion.
Leave Shiloh Hill alone. I won't tolerate the slander.
Shiloh Hill is somebody I'm extremely high up on. I think he is great. Mm-hmm. He should not be competing for the TNA International Championship. It's the most literally dumb bullshit I've ever seen.
That's fair. That's fair.
It makes me so mad. That shit makes me mad.
Yeah, that's all right.
That honestly makes me mad.
Bro, after this, I need you to go drink some water. Calm down.
I got it right here.
Okay. Got me sweating.
And then Jasper Troy coming out. I bulldozed through LFG.
Lord.
Yeah.
Lord, I hope nobody's watching of significance. Ango's over here burying the show.
I'm the WWE Speed Champion. His promo was ass.
Hell yeah, that shit sucked, bro.
It was terrible. I like his black hole slam though.
It is dope. But yeah, no, I'm the NXT Speed Champion. You're not the only one who held championships in 2025.
I did not like that promo. It was very beneath Ethan Page. Ethan Page is like a John Cena, CM Punk in NXT.
Absolutely. Ethan Page is so good. But him getting frustrated made a lot of sense.
All these guys coming out one by one. Tavion Heights. I like Tavion Heights a lot. I would like to see him pushed. But my God, I look at this men's division sometimes and I'm like, okay. Yeah. I don't know. For the first time in my life, I'm looking at what they're doing in the Performance Center training these men, and I'm like, yeah, they ain't got it. They don't got it.
We haven't figured it out, brother.
They don't got it. I don't know. Norman Smiley, Matt Bloom. I don't know what you guys are doing out there. You got some great talent out there, but y'all got to fix that, bro. You guys got to fix that. This is a huge difference between the days of Sami Zayn and Hideo Itami and Finn Balor.
Bro, we're not there no more.
We're not there. And listen, the way WWE developed talent at one point, I mean, they still develop talent very well, but the way they developed talent at one point compared to what they're doing now, something is just not clicking.
There's
and it's not
pissing in that water over there in Orlando, Florida, apparently.
The thing is, man, these people just like, the problem is this, man. You got a lot of people in NXT and there's just certain people who are better than others, dog. I don't know what to say.
Absolutely.
there's just a lot of people. Oba Femi came into NXT and it was like, yeah, he's fucking main eventer. Like, okay. But then you got Cal Dixon who shows up and you're like, okay, what? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's just it's a frustrating thing because for over a year I talk about how great NXT is, and it is. And yesterday's episode was so fun to watch.
It's amazing.
But it's just a problem that I cannot ignore, and I'm not going to shut up about it.
No.
So every Wednesday when we go live at 12 p.m. and we talk about NXT, I'm just telling you guys, like, if I don't see a change, I will continue to do it because it just makes me so upset. It makes me so upset.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, on Fridays when we go live at 12 p.m. to talk about TNA, if I see Stacks holding that fucking TNA International Championship one more time, I'm going to be also upset. You got Jake something on your roster, and you got Steve Macklin on your roster, Jason Hotch, who has been killing it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just so many people in TNA who should be holding that belt. And you know what's even funnier? If you wanted an NXT talent to hold it, then why not have a really good wrestler do it?
Man, why not? You know,
Stacks is making out with his girl like he's hooking up with Ariana Grace in the ring like we're about to get an Edge and lead a live sex celebration.
Yeah, talk about
corny.
My package.
Corny as. I'm not a believer in Stacks. I'll never be a believer in Stacks. You almost gaslit me a year ago into it. I almost became a fan of him. I thought I was seeing your vision.
Bro, because it made sense at the time.
I saw your vision, my ass. I did not see it. My eyes were poked out of my head.
All I'm saying is this. I'd have done better with the Stacks character.
He ain't that good, bro.
I'd have done better with the Stacks character.
He ain't that fun to watch, that's for sure.
He could have been.
No.
He could have been.
He ain't that good, dog.
He's not right now. No. Your argument is valid. He could have been.
The solution. Rant time. The solution would have been putting him in a meaningful storyline, not surrounding him with Charlie Dempsey and Tyreek and the other guy and all those NXT jobbers going after TNA.
Yes, they messed up. There was a certain way to do it, and they didn't do it right.
Oh, he's fighting with his father-in-law. Oh, he's banging Santino Marella's daughter. Oh, he's so cool, bro. You're so freaking cool, bro.
Like the guy who peaked in high school.
He peaked in high school, bro. He's actually, honestly, the thing about Stacks, though, if I'm being honest, he's probably a cool guy. I don't think his character translates well on TV. Yeah. I really don't. And then I think even from a wrestling perspective, like when you saw Stacks, and I hate this because I know it was an NXT thing. Mm-hmm. But when you look at the family, you know, with like Tony D'Angelo and them, I love this.
Yeah,
I love the group. I really love the group, and I love the vignettes. And I go back to the times when they feuded with Legado del Fantasma, and I think about that, and I'm like, man, like Stacks was good there,
for sure.
Stacks was good there, but for me personally, I couldn't be in this realm of like, this is not working for me. I don't know. I can't sit there and say it's working for me.
No, it's not. It's not.
And if he wasn't holding the TNA International Championship, then maybe I would be like a little bit forgiving.
It's the fact that he's a champion while doing this.
And it's like, oh, well, now there's a match with him and Shiloh Hill.
Yeah. I get you. I get what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd
have done better with him.
Tonight is AEW Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Let's take a look and see what they've announced for tonight.
Woo!
Was World's End last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or
my
no.
time.
Was it last week?
I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
It was.
Yeah, because last week he brought out the Triple B.
Yeah, so it would have been Sunday or Saturday.
My time thing has been screwed up because when you're planning a wedding and you're watching wrestling and you're producing so much content.
Yeah, guys, Engo is so busy.
I'm just a busy guy.
Busy guy here.
You know, the thing is, everybody's going to be like, oh, like, always invested everything from the channel. So when people drop super chats or whatever, I always invested back into the channel. I bought the DJI mic, whatever, things like that, you know?
Yeah.
But like now that I'm paying for a wedding, guys, when you drop a super chat, you are single-handedly funding my wedding. So the thing is, obviously I'm hard at work, but I've been enjoying wrestling a lot more because I don't know what it is, but like I'm not going out as much. Like it's cold out. We were talking about this. It's like when the winter comes, it's like I get to sit down, watch wrestling and enjoy it more. And I actually have been enjoying wrestling a lot more. So it's funny, like it's cold as hell in Michigan. I'm planning a wedding. Life is chaotic. I'm working hard. The last thing I want to fucking see is Stacks grabbing his nuts, talking about a big package. Ooh, look at me. I'm banging Ariana Grace.
That's my guy.
Brian McCaddy dropped $2. He says the only thing Stacks can beat is his. Oh my God. Brian, you do this thing with your super chats
that we can't even read them.
I can't be talking like that live. You're getting me in trouble. And you did this shit with the Tony Khan and the women's division over there. Oh my God, Billy, you remember those super chats he would drop?
Oh, I remember, brother.
Boy, almost got me in trouble. Brian McCaddy, I'm not keeping that super chat up on the screen, but thank you for it. Tonight's episode of Dynamite, we have a lights out match between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland versus Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs. We have an AEW Continental Championship eliminator between Jon Moxley and Shelton Benjamin. MJF appears live. ROH World Champion Bandito versus Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion Sammy Guevara. Ooh, I miss Sammy Guevara. That should be fun.
Everybody knows I'm a Sammy Guevara guy.
Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir. Jungle Jack Perry and Jet Speed versus Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan. Willow Nightingale live celebration, and Jim Ross returns because they're in Oklahoma. This is actually a very nice lineup.
For sure. Oh, yeah. AEW should be fun tonight. I know I'm going to tune in. I will not be live for it. I don't do... I watch this on my own free will, which I've talked about.
Why? Talk about it with me. Why?
Why do I watch it on my own?
You're the biggest AEW mark I know, so.
Oh, brother, shut up.
No, it's true. You are.
All right, hold on. I'm a CM Punk mark. I'll admit it. I don't care. Think it matters to me? It doesn't. I watch AEW on my own time. Why? CM Punk ain't there no more. Does me no justice. Ooh, what's everybody gonna say now?
Dude, it looks good. The show looks good. I'm excited to see it.
It does. I like that. I like the idea that MJF is champion. Makes me happy.
Yeah. You should definitely watch the show because we will be talking about it tomorrow.
I will be watching the show.
That's right, because AEW Dynamite reviews return to the Angle Show in 2026. Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all for being here. Make sure you guys check out Billy at Billy TKO. Make sure you guys click subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you to everybody who helped us with the super chats today. We smashed the goal. Brian McCaddy, Zach Pack, Adam7899, Adam Myron, Tolino Channel. Thank you all for your contributions to the show. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Billy at Billy TKO. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. talking about AEW Dynamite. If you guys enjoyed this review, you are going to love tomorrow's review. It is going to be fun. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys next time.
Ride us out, brother. Ride us out.
The Angle Show is live Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you never miss a live stream. Wrestling news on the daily. You can also follow The Angle Show live on TikTok at AngoPW. My name is Ango. The show is co-hosted with Billy TKO, self-proclaimed Triple H's biggest fan. If you guys want more videos, you know where to go. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.